Let's move on and up. My friend Travis turned me on to another passive income program, and it's one that I want to share because it sounds pretty darn exciting. And it's one that's it's copy trading. It's an auto trader thing, so you don't have to do anything. And it's basically they trade in gold majority of the time, but it is forex. And so sometimes they trade in euro, the USD or USD against euro, and then GBP, and then JPY. So they do those four pretty automatic, and mostly gold, because gold isn't as crazy. And that's one thing these guys do is they don't go crazy as far as try and gain tons of profits. If they hit their 1 to 2% in a day, they'll just stop trading. They won't take any more chances. And if they do have a downward trade, they get out. They have a pretty good cutoff to the downside. And so their losses are pretty small. Gains they let run, but not too far. They want to make sure they save their gains. This one is called PIP Logic. I'm not sure if anyone's ever heard that one before. And so they actually they trade on this auto trader here. Very simple to get into. You don't even need to be savvy as far as a lot of these programs are pretty hard to get into, but this one's fairly simple. It took me about 10 minutes just because I have experience on crypto. If you have a crypto exchange or if you have money in crypto, really simple to get in. But to get started, like if you haven't done crypto ever, then it would take you a little longer just because you have to set up a crypto account, and those are all over YouTube. If you go to YouTube and say, how do you set up I did it off of crypto.com. That's how I got money put into this. But you could do it off of like Kraken, and I'm not sure if I haven't even looked to see if Binance is back up and running. Does anyone know? Leave me a comment if you know about Binance. Is it full board again? Tron link. You can do all kinds of other onboarding for crypto, but just look it up on YouTube and set up one. But other than that, this one right here, let me just kind of tell you a little bit about it, and then we can talk about how to start up your own account. First of all, last week, so I started on Tuesday, and on Tuesday they made $56. And if you put 56 and divide it by my original amount that I deposited, which is right here, $39.50, that is 1.4%. So my very first day, it was 1.4%. This one, the second day, they had a loss for $39, and then they put another sell in and actually had a win on that same day right there. So if you minus 58 minus 39, you get like $19, and if you divide that by 39.50, you have a 0.48%, so almost a 0.5% that day. And then the next day you get I think it was a 0.56%. So that alone right there brought it to my first week was 2.46%. Earned $97 and brought my allocated capital up to $4,000, $4,027 from $39.50. So this was 1 week's worth of trading, and as you can see, it was only 3 days worth. So a lot of times Fridays are crazy as far as high volatility, so they stay out of the market. If it's kind of a mellow day, they'll do it. Mondays, they'll trade Mondays, but sometimes they won't. They did trade this Monday, and I missed it just because I came in on Tuesday for this. So they do trade usually 4 days a week. Fridays are kind of rare, but they're earning 1% a day, which is pretty crazy. Let me show you kind of their, if you go over to here to the master accounts, it'll show like the different ones that are in this PAM account. But this one is the one that you want, and I subscribed to this one and put in my money. So when I put in the $39.50 and then hit subscribe, it applied it to this copy trader. And this is what impressed me, is that this one has been up and operating since 2018. So this one is actually 7 years old, and Travis, his buddy, is one of the big traders in this one. So there's a group of traders that do this, and they have an 82% win rate. So if they have we could just round it down or round it up or whatever, but 20% that's losing, and they cap it at a loss. They won't actually let it go down under a certain amount, but their runners can run that means their wins are going to be far outpacing the losses just because they let the winners run. So that's always a good strategy. And this automatically, as you can see here, it automatically puts your earnings into this, and so it automatically compounds. So the next day that you're trading, you get this trading for you instead of the original 39 and have to do some kind of manual compounding. It automatically compounds, this little circle thing, automatic. Now here's why I think they've been around for this long, and this is why I think they'll be around for years to come, is because they actually take out 20%. So if you earn $100, they take out $20, and that's what they keep. I shouldn't say they keep, because they do have a referral program on this one, which is 5%. So they keep 15%, and then 5% goes to the one level upline. So they don't even have like a multi-level. It's just one level, just to get people to talk. They don't do advertising and anything like that. So it's just word of mouth. That's one thing, is that the traders get paid just for trading their accounts, and then ours is copied off of theirs, and they're earning a income from just doing the copy trading, which is really nice. So knowing that they take their share, I don't see them flopping on anybody, rug pulling on anybody. They're just going to keep on going and earn money, for tons of money for them and a lot of money for us. So I like that. So that's the one that you'd be getting into. There are other ones on here. One that had a better percentage win rate, but let's see. It's been a couple of years, almost 2 years, so a year and a half, and they do have a 102% ROI. Which to me means that they don't trade as much, I guess. I don't know. But this one, for this 7 years, is up 1,500%, which is 200% a year, but I think they're getting better. That's why they're in between 1 and 2%, makes it go crazy. So I actually did, just to kind of show you what I'm going to follow, on my handy dandy Excel spreadsheet, I put in my original amount, which was $39.50. I actually put in what I already got that week, so I already put in the $92, and then so it's $4,027, and I put a very low, extremely low actually, for what they would normally do. What did we make last time? Was on 3 days it was 2.5%, so this is 2.2% for 4 days. So this is my weekly average. I'm going to just say it's an average, and I did that so that by the end of the year, it'll actually show that it does actually give you a 200% increase from 4,000 to 12,000. So you'll have 8,000 is your 100% mark, and then 12,000 is your 200% mark. And so that would be, your first week you would earn $88, and last week I earned $92. So hopefully we'll be seeing, and I've seen some of the videos I've seen out there are people that are in it. They're like, yeah, this day was a 4.1%, and this one was a 1.8%. This one was 2. Anyway, it was pretty impressive, the numbers they can get. And if they do have multiple trades in a day, they'll add those up for you. That one had 2 trades, but one was a negative. So they do definitely have their 1 in 5 shot of not hitting. But the hits usually are a lot bigger than the losses, which is wonderful. So yeah, if you just follow this along every week, this is a weekly one. So the first week you'd earned $88, the next week $90, $92, $94, and it just keeps adding into your running balance because it just automatically compounds, which makes it very easy. But then, if you're just doing that minimum, then in 2 years, where's my 2-year mark? Oh, it's down here. So 2 years, you'd have $40,000 if you don't touch it. And then, of course, it just compounds from there like crazy. 3 years, you get $117,000. And I think this goes 4 years. Yeah, 4 years, $364,000. But that's only if they hit a super minimum. I mean, that's pretty lowballing for what they've been doing on the average, which is 2.2. I mean, if you put that to 3% even, it goes crazy. In fact, let me just put it in there. 3%. First year would be 18,000. Second year would be 89,000. I mean, all of a sudden you're seeing these ginormous numbers. So hopefully they'll be, keeping up around 3.5% a week. That's what Travis has been seeing. He's been in it for like a month, and he said the last few weeks have been 3.5% or more. So we're looking at a pretty nice project. That's all I can say, is it's a nice looking project. So let's go back to this here, and let's go back to our dashboard. And this one, if you want to get into the referral program, you just go down here, and that's your referral link. You just copy that and send it to your friends, family, whoever you want to do. I actually got my son and daughter an account, so I put $100 each in their account, and I'm just going to watch that grow. And by the time they're 16, they'll have so much money in the account that they can get their own car. I don't have to pay for it. But definitely better than a savings account. One thing about this one is that you come in here where I should have stayed in there for a second longer, and you unsubscribe, and it takes all your money out from subscribing. So it takes that 4,000 out, and then you put in a withdrawal, which is right here. You click the withdrawal, and you ask for it. Right now the wallet balance is 40 cents, but if you unsubscribed, your whole balance would be right there. And then you withdraw, and you can take out the money that you need. And then once you take out the amount that you need, they said it takes 24 hours to get to your balance again. And then all you do is go back here, and whatever's left in your wallet, you can subscribe it back in, and they'll start trading again. So you'll miss a day of trading, but if you do it on the weekend or something, I guess. I haven't really seen the withdrawal process as far as if it has to be a trading day or not. But anyway, you can unsubscribe and subscribe and put your money back in there that you didn't take out. Easy way to get your cash back out if you need it. So it's one of those pretty simple one. A PAM account is that way, where you can just withdraw and deposit. You don't have any kind of waiting period. It's just pretty instantaneous. So it's pretty nice. And like I mentioned, the referral program is 5% of the trading volume. So like here, it would have been $100. So Travis, I should say, the $100, he would get 5% of that. And so it adds up, definitely adds up. I will, after this video, everything's kind of old and in my head. This took a while to get set up again to try and start doing because I'm at home now instead of at the office, instead of at work. And so everything kind of changed, and I kind of forgot some stuff on how to edit and do all this stuff. So it's taken me a little bit today to get this first video out. But my second video will be like an instruction video on how to set up your account. So if you want to hold on just another hour or so and think about it, then I'll have another video out there on.
All right, folks, so to get started with the PIP Logic automation program, you want to click the referral link from the person who referred you or brought you into this opportunity. From here, you're going to input basic information. You're going to create a username where it says referral ID. If you're using a link from someone who shared this opportunity with you, their information should already be there. Input a valid email address, and you're going to create and confirm a password. Once you have everything filled out, click sign me up. From here, it's going to say welcome back. We're going to input the email address and the password that we just created and click submit. So here on my mobile device, we could see we are logged into the dashboard. Now, you definitely want to take time to familiarize yourself with all of the features and functions within your dashboard. From here, you'll be able to see your balance and allocated profits that you'll be earning on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. If you scroll down, you'll be able to see your referral link. So if you actually want to share this with other people, you can do that with your own personal link. But if we go to the top left-hand corner where it has the square dots, we're going to click on this to open up the menu. The second item, which looks like some little gears, if you click on that and we click on master account, that's where we're going to see the PIP Logic copy trader, which is what we're going to want to subscribe. Now, as you'll see, there are other copy traders provided within this service. So if you're interested in subscribing to other copy traders, you're more than welcome to do that. You can subscribe to multiple copy traders if you want, but obviously the main focus here is the PIP Logic copy trader. As you can see, the minimum deposit required to subscribe to the PIP Logic Auto Trader is $100. So in order to subscribe to this, we need to make a deposit. So let's go back to the main menu, and we're going to click the mid icon, which kind of looks like a USB drive. This is where you'll be able to manage your deposits and withdrawals. And we're going to click deposit so we can make a deposit to subscribe to the auto trader. From here, we're going to click deposit. You're going to type in the amount that you want to deposit. So again, the minimum deposit required, as you can see, is $100. But if you want to deposit more than that, you can. So if you want to do 500 or 1,000 or whatever amount, you're more than welcome to add more funds. But for tutorial purposes, we're going to make a $500 deposit. And I'm going to click generate link. From here, we get to choose our currency, so you can make a deposit in Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, Tron, Tether, and Solana. I always like to make my deposits in Tether, so I'm going to select a Tether. So here we have $500. I've selected USDT. Now we're going to select the network in the USDT that we want to deposit. So there's different options you could choose from. You can select USDT, BEP20, ERC20, TRC20. I'm going to select Tron, so I'm going to be making a deposit in USDT TRC20, and then we're going to click Proceed to Payment. From here, we have the amount that we're going to be making a deposit in USDT, which in this case is 500. It's going to provide us with the address in which we need to send our deposit to fund our account. So you could use any crypto wallet or any exchange that you have to send your funds to the address provided on your screen to complete your deposit. So I'm going to just open up my crypto wallet. I'm going to copy this address because I'm going to be sending my funds to that address to fund my account. I'm going to paste the address. Just want to double check and confirm that everything is correct. Click continue. Type in the amount. There we go. Money's been sent. All right. It's confirming the deposit that I've just sent. All right, there we go. Payment has been successful. I'll click return to website. And look at that. That was pretty quick. So within a matter of, what, 1 minute, not even, I sent the 500 USDT from my wallet, and there it is in my dashboard. So now that we have our funds allocated in our dashboard, the next thing we need to do is subscribe to the auto trader. So we're going to click on the main menu on the top left-hand side. We're going to click the second icon, click on master accounts, and then we're going to find PIP logic. I'm going to type in the amount that I want to allocate to the auto trader, which in this case is the full amount of 500. Type in the amount and click subscribe. Successfully subscribed. We can close this. Once you subscribe to the auto trader, it's going to show you the amount that you have subscribed to, which in this case we did $500. And if we come back to the main dashboard, we can see that our balance has now been reduced to 0 because our funds have been allocated to the PIP Logic copy trader. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is how you sign up, make a deposit, and subscribe to the PIP Logic auto trader. From this point forward, you don't have to do anything except collect your profits. And again, if you want to, obviously this is optional, but there are other automated accounts that you can also subscribe to. So feel free to browse and see which ones you like. Remember, you can subscribe to multiple copy traders if you want. But again, the main focus here is the PIP Logic. Hope you found this helpful, and welcome to the PIP Logic Auto Trader.
Groot deel van die bevolking